guys, I'm back and I wanted to tell you what I have on my lips. Right now I have on chestnut lip liner, and I also have Too Faced melted matte lipstick in Mr. Roger, I think. I did this look with these two palettes, the 25A palette and the 12P palette by Morphe. And this palette was just, I feel like the color payoff wasn't there. I feel like I just feel like some of these colors just look and act the same. Like all of this row up here is kind of the same color, especially these two. These two right here, I don't see no difference. And even these two right here, I see a little bit more red in that one, but it's still kind of the same thing. And I used this color right here, and that left like a little indentation in it, and I only used it once. I did like this one in this color right here. Again, they're kind of similar. One has a little bit more pinky tone to it. And it was a lot of fallout from this palette with the mattes. I did like this color right here on my brow bone, but all in all, the palette is just okay. It's just okay. I wouldn't rush out to get this if it came back in stock. It was all right. The 12P palette, I feel like this is super dry and the color does not pay off with this palette. All in all, the Morphe palettes that I have just bought, they're okay. I didn't really feel blown away by the colors that I have been using with that palette. I feel like they could have did a lot better, because a lot of them are very dry and not dry, but some of the regular palettes, let me see, the 35B palette was it was creamy, but it's still, I don't know, I felt like they were like Crayola, you know. It wasn't enough of dimension or something to the color, and you really have to blend in different things just to get what you're looking for. And then like it only take one use and you're getting like indentations like into the eyeshadow. All in all, I wasn't really thrilled by the Morphe 35B or the 25A or the 12P. Will I keep using them? I bought them. I may use them and in certain looks or certain things. I don't know, but there's that. I just wasn't impressed with the palettes at all, actually. I feel like the palettes are good for people who just starting off and they want a palette to try, you know, to get into actually blending, especially with like the Morphe brushes. I feel like if you're just getting into makeup and you don't want to spend a lot of money on like MAC brushes, Hakuhodo, or even Makeup Forever, or even Sephora brushes, I think those are a good start for you. And learning how to blend and doing other different things with your eye makeup, I think those are a good start. But once you actually get to a point where you are a little bit better at makeup, you should try different eyeshadows, because you may be quite surprised at other companies, what they have to offer, and you may not stick with Morphe forever, you know, or you may just love Morphe palettes, but I wasn't feeling it. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial of this look, and bye till next time, and thank you for watching. Okay guys, I'm gonna start off with NARS eye primer, then I'm gonna get into Benefit's gel brow pomade. It's in number 5, and I'm going to do my brows. And then after that, I'm going to use concealer underneath my eye, and that is the Anastasia concealer, and I think it's in a number. It's in a number 6.0 from Anastasia is their concealer. And I'm going to clean up underneath my brows and then start on this eye look. Then I use my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, and then I set it with the translucent setting powder and the La Pierre setting powder. I got that from, I think, either Neiman's or Saks. I put that all over my eye, and then I went into the Morphe 25A palette. I found that over the day with those eyeshadows on, they kind of faded a bit. They didn't look as vibrant at the end of the day when I went to take off my makeup. I went into that 12P palette for that orange and put that right into the crease. I actually like doing the translucent powder to set my paint pot all over the eye first and then going into the colors because I feel like I'm getting a better blend. Going back into that 25A palette from Morphe and blending out that the deep crease, the deepen out the crease. And then I'm going into that copper color and I'm going to lay that on the lid, the outer part of my lid. I'm using a very small MAC brush. And I'm putting that right there, specifically right there on my lid. I found that over the day, it really didn't really matter of me doing that. Because once I did another step, I kind of canceled it out. Then I went back into the 25A palette and I got a light taupey shimmery color and I put that in the inner part of my eye. Then I realized that I really didn't like, I liked it, but I wanted it to be more glitter to the eye. So then I went into my Stila Magnificent Metal eyeshadow. It was in Rose Gold Retro. And I put that in the inner part of my eye, and I like that a lot better. As you can see, when that copper color, it really didn't, it just went away after I put that on. So here's me putting on the primer, which is the Violet Voss primer, and then I went into the metal. This is the first time me using the Magnificent Metal. I know I bought like a couple of them too, but I just haven't had a chance to really play around with them. And then I'm going to use the 25A palette and just clean up the outer part of that crease. I didn't want it to go all the way over into my lid. Then I use the dark black from the 25A and I used the black color in the palette to wing out my eye, just to make a soft wing eye look. Then I primed my eye with the Becca First Light priming filter, and then I also use the Benefits the Professional in my T-zone. Just where I get a lot of oil too, but I also should have put down a mattifying primer as well, just in my T-zone, because I felt like I was a little too oily throughout the day. Okay, now I went into my foundation, which is the Ordinary not full, what is it called? The Ordinary Coverage Foundation. This is in 3.2R, and I use my Morphe brush, flat stiff brush to blend that on in. I have been using my brushes more lately than my beauty blender. I don't know why, but I just started just using more of my brushes. So I just went in and I went in 2 times with the foundation. It's a little liquidy, but all in all, I really like the coverage of it. I blend that out, and then I went into my concealer which was the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea in Deep. This was a mistake. This was so light on me. I should have just used the dab, but I went in a little too heavy with it. So I went in with my NARS Amande to try to bring it down, and it wasn't dark enough. So I went in with my Lancome Adol Ultra Wear Camouflage. This is in 510. I am still thinking about getting the next shade down because I do like the coverage of this concealer, the Lancome Tinidol. I really am disappointed in the Tarte concealer. This, I would have to like use this if I have like foundation on that's a little too red to try to cancel out, but okay, I have it. So next, I'm just blending out the concealer, try to bring it down some so it doesn't look too over the top. Okay, then I use my La Mer translucent powder to set underneath my eyes. I also use my Becca multitasking powder and warm honey to knock some of that powder off and also give a little bit more life up under my eye. I use the translucent powder to make sure everything is set up under there, and I use the um, Becca multitasking powder just up under my eyes so that it'll have more color to it. So I use that with my Real Technique brush. I think this is the setting brush, and I set everything in my T-zone. I really do like this powder from Becca. Then I use my bronzer, which is NARS Fallacies bronzer. I am absolutely loving this bronzer. I think this is like the third time me using it, and I fell in love with it. It's enough red in it, and it does come off. It's a little brown to it as well. I really do like that bronzer. I also use the Tarte with Makeup Shayla contour palette. I use the lighter color, and then I use the darker color in that palette underneath my jawbone. I also used my face powder, which is the Bobbi Brown sheer finish loose powder in warm chestnut number 10. And then I went into my MAC blush, which is richly homed blush by MAC. So that's the finished look. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and there will be pictures at the end. Tell me, are you ready for what I got?